morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever day or time you are tuning into, watching It's Naturally Nat. The holidays are upon us, and I'll tell you, I got some things that I've been baking and that I want to share with you that I've been baking and making that are so yummy. But first I got to show you the shirt that I got Daniel for Christmas. I'm wearing the complement to his shirt that I got. Don't you love it? Thing 1 and 2. And Daniel is thing 1. So by the time he watches this video, he'll already know what his present is. Oh, there's my oven. His present is anyway, so no big deal. Today we're going to make a lovely little treat that it's called peanut clusters. And you can buy them at the grocery store. You always end up having to overpay for them, whether you're going to Trader Joe's or your regular grocery store. And you really shouldn't overpay for them. You should just make them because they take you literally no time at all. Just here recently I taught you how to temper chocolate, so you already know how to do that. And we're going to need chocolate, peanuts, and salt, and maybe a little decorative salt, like a colored salt for the holidays, red or green. That's all you're going to need in a few minutes of time to make this. I usually use dry roasted peanuts when I make my peanut clusters, and I think my mom does too. My mom hasn't made hers for a few years, and I'll have to ask her why that is, because hers are really good, but I learned from her. And you can use the Spanish peanuts, but I don't like those because they have the skins on them and they get caught in my teeth. Not really a fan of that. Any chocolate will do, though. And go ahead and temper it up. I think I have to add a little bit of neutral oil to mine, like I did in that recent video that I made, showing you how to make the nameless peanut butter sandwich cookie. I don't know, we have to come up with a name for that because it doesn't really have a name. But we're getting this to a good consistency. And you can make as little or as much as you want. I tend to think in candy making, just in my opinion, that small batches come out perfect. So if you try to make this and you want to make it for everybody in your neighborhood or everybody at the office, you're better off just doing it in lots of small batches. I know that may not be what you want to hear, but you are better off doing it that way because it seems like less mistakes can occur. So I've got this is probably half to 3/4 of a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, no name brand. These dry roasted, handful, if you will, of dry roasted, maybe a little bit more, of this no-name peanuts. Although if you buy the leading brand, you know which one I'm talking about. Those are good, but sometimes you can't get those for a reasonable price at the grocery store. They don't sometimes go for as cheap as I would like. And this is just really a guessing game. Like I could ploop these down into peanut clusters, but they would be a little too chocolatey for my taste. Although I make sweets for a lot of people, and I've said this before a million times, I'm a salt girl. So I'm going to add more peanuts, but that is all on you and how you like to do this. And I like mine more peanutty, less chocolatey. Okay? But you just want them coated. See how I kind of don't have them coated right now. And the consistency you want is kind of concretey. How do you like my verbs and adjectives that I use? Concretey. There. Just like, looks like we've got maybe the mailman coming in. Rosie's going to do her best to host him. Let me be right back. Rose, come on. It's just the mailman. Come on, you're all right. Okay, sorry folks. Rosie apologizes for that. We're back. Now we're just going to ploop these any size. And Mom used to do them, I think, kind of fairly consistent. And I don't think it matters. After all, if it's just going to be you and your family eating them, who cares? You can make them real big or you can make them real small. Sounds like, I think that was the other little lady in the room barking to say, I agree. Make them any size you want, she says. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm just going to go ahead and use up all the chocolate and all the peanuts. I'm making just this little small batch. This is going to be for a friend of mine. A little treat unbeknownst to him. And maybe even for Daniel. We haven't seen him in a video for a while because he's been really busy with work. So so it looks like this, right? I'll hold her up so you can see what that looks like. And then again, like I've said it before, I'll say it again. I like a little fleur de sel with most of my sweets and almost all my chocolate. So I'm going to hit this up kind of good. And then it sparkles like little diamonds. This usually sets up pretty quick on the countertop, but as you heard at the beginning of my video, my oven went off, and I got some other things that I'm going to make today. So I'm going to get this out of my way by putting it in the refrigerator. In 5 minutes it'll be ready. I can peel them off the parchment paper. You could use wax paper too. I'm using a little bit of both, and I also recycle my paper and use it several times before I end up tossing it away. Just being thrifty like my grandma. But yeah, I got a couple different sizes here. They look so good on snack trays. And I'll probably toss them into my box here, snack box, because I still am not done making snack trays for friends and neighbors. But yeah, try these peanut clusters. You saw how fast they came together, for crying out loud. There's no reason to overpay either to fancy Trader Joe's when you can make these yourself. Go ahead, like and subscribe my channel. Subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment if you like. And wherever you're at, I hope you're having a blessed, wonderful day. And I'll see you later.